سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين. ما شاء الله لا قوة إلا بالله العلي العظيم. وأسألك اللهم بالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا آدم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا نوح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إبراهيم عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا صالح عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يونس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أيوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يعقوب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوسف عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا موسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا هارون عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعيب عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إسماعيل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا داود عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا سليمان عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا زكريا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يحيى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا أرميا عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا شعياء عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا إلياس عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا اليسع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا ذو الكفل عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا يوشع عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا عيسى عليه السلام، وبالأسماء التي دعاك بها سيدنا محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم، وعلى جميع النبيين والمرسلين أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد نبيك عدد ما خلقته من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مدحية والجبال مرسية والبحار مجرأة والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب مستنيرة. كنت حيث كنت لا يعلم أحد حيث كنت إلا أنت وحدك لا شريك لك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كلماتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد نعمتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد ملء عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زينة عرشك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في أم الكتاب، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما أنت خالق فيهن إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة قطرت من سماواتك إلى أرضك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يسبحك ويهللك ويكبرك ويعظمك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل نسمة خلقتها فيهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية، وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت عليه الرياح وحركته من الأغصان والأشجار والأوراق والثمار وجميع ما خلقت على أرضك وما بين سماواتك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد نجوم السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في 7 بحارك مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه فيها إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد ملء 7 بحارك، وصل على سيدنا محمد زنة 7 بحارك مما حملت وأقلت من قدرتك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد عدد أمواج بحارك من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مستقر الأرضين وسهلها وجبالها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد اضطراب المياه العذبة والملحة من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقته على جديد أرضك في مستقر الأرضين شرقها وغربها سهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وطريقها وعامرها وغامرها إلى سائر ما خلقته عليها وما فيها ومدر وحجر من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي عدد نبات الأرض من قبلتها وشرقها وغربها وسهلها وجبالها وأوديتها وأشجارها وثمارها وأوراقها وزروعها وجميع ما يخرج من نباتها وبركاتها من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس والشياطين وما أنت خالقه منهم إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شعرة في أبدانهم وفي وجوههم وعلى رؤوسهم منذ خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خفقان الطير وطيران الجن والشياطين من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل بهيمة خلقتها على جديد أرضك من صغير أو كبير في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها من إنسها وجنها ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد خطاهم على وجه الأرض من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة في كل يوم 1000 مرة. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من يصلي عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد من لم يصل عليه وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات وصل على سيدنا محمد عدد كل شيء. اللهم وصل على سيدنا محمد في الليل إذا يغشى وصل على سيدنا محمد في النهار إذا تجلى وصل على سيدنا محمد في الآخرة والأولى وصل على سيدنا محمد شابا زكيا وصل على سيدنا محمد كهلا مرضيا وصل على سيدنا محمد منذ كان في المهد صبيا وصل على سيدنا محمد حتى لا يبقى من الصلاة شيء. اللهم وأعط سيدنا محمدا المقام المحمود الذي وعدته الذي إذا قال صدقته وإذا سأل أعطيته. اللهم وأعظم برهانه وشرف بنيانه وأبلج حجته وبين فضيلته. اللهم وتقبل شفاعته في أمته واستعملنا بسنته وتوفنا على ملته واحشرنا في زمرته وتحت لوائه واجعلنا من رفقائه وأوردنا حوضه واسقنا بكأسه وانفعنا بمحبته اللهم آمين. وأسألك بأسمائك التي دعوتك بها أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عدد ما وصفت ومما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت أن ترحمني وتتوب علي وتعافيني من جميع البلاء والبلوى وأن تغفر لي وترحم المؤمنين والمؤمنات والمسلمين والمسلمات الأحياء منهم والأموات وأن تغفر لعبدك المذنب الخاطئ الضعيف وأن تتوب عليه إنك غفور رحيم. اللهم آمين يا رب العالمين. قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: من قرأ هذه الصلاة مرة واحدة كتب الله له ثواب حجة مقبولة وثواب من أعتق رقبة من ولد إسماعيل عليه السلام. فيقول الله تعالى: يا ملائكتي هذا عبد من عبادي أكثر الصلاة على حبيبي محمد، فوعزتي وجلالي ووجودي ومجدي وارتفاعي لأعطينه بكل حرف صلى قصرا في الجنة، وليأتيني يوم القيامة تحت لواء الحمد نور وجهه كالقمر ليلة البدر وكفه في كف حبيبي محمد. هذا لمن قالها كل يوم جمعة له هذا الفضل، والله ذو الفضل العظيم. اللهم إني أسألك بحق ما حمل كرسيك من عظمتك وقدرتك وجلالك وبهائك وسلطانك، وبحق اسمك المخزون المكنون الذي سميت به نفسك وأنزلته في كتابك واستأثرت به في علم الغيب عندك، أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد عبدك ورسولك. وأسألك باسمك الذي إذا دعيت به أجبت وإذا سئلت به أعطيت. وأسألك باسمك الذي وضعته على الليل فأظلم، وعلى النهار فاستنار، وعلى السماوات فاستقلت، وعلى الأرض فاستقرت، وعلى الجبال فرست، وعلى الصعبة فذلت، وعلى ماء السماء فسكبت، وعلى ماء السحاب فأمطرت. وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا محمد نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به سيدنا آدم نبيك، وأسألك بما سألك به أنبياؤك ورسلك وملائكتك المقربون صلى الله عليهم أجمعين. وأسألك بما سألك به أهل طاعتك أجمعين، أن تصلي على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من قبل أن تكون السماء مبنية والأرض مطحية والجبال مرسية والعيون منفجرة والأنهار منهمرة والشمس مضحية والقمر مضيئا والكواكب منيرة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد علمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد حلمك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما أحصاه اللوح المحفوظ من علمك. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما جرى به القلم في الكتاب عندك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء سماواتك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء أرضك، وصل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد ملء ما أنت خالقه من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد صفوف الملائكة وتسبيحهم وتقديسهم وتحميدهم وتمجيدهم وتكبيرهم وتهليلهم من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد السحاب الجارية والرياح الذارية من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد كل قطرة تقطر من سماواتك إلى أرضك وما تقطر إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما هبت الرياح وعدد ما تحركت الأشجار والأوراق والزروع وجميع ما خلقت في قرار الحفظ من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد القطر والمطر والنبات من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد النجوم في السماء من يوم خلقت الدنيا إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت في بحارك السبعة مما لا يعلم علمه إلا أنت وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد الرمل والحصى في مشارق الأرض ومغاربها. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد ما خلقت من الجن والإنس وما أنت خالقه إلى يوم القيامة. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد وعلى آل سيدنا محمد عدد أنفاسهم وألفاظهم وألحاظهم.
Resul-i Ekrem ve Nebi Muhterem sallallahu aleyhi ve sellem Efendimiz Hazretlerinin aziz pak münevver mutahhar ruh şeriflerine selavat-ı şerife getirenlerin ahir ve akıbetleri hayrola. Âl ezvacı, tahviret evladı Resul-i Sâküzün efendilerimizin vesaire Enbiya-i ve Resul-i Fiyan hazırasın elbâ şeriflerine Pirimiz Bilal Habeş radıyallahu anh Efendimizin, Şeyhimiz sahibimiz Seyf Şihabdül Kerim el-Kıbrıs Rabbani Hazretlerinin ve alel husus bu caminin banisi ve bugüne kadar içerisinden gelmiş geçmiş imam müezzin kaymlarının ve kahve ehli imanın ervahı için, Allah rızası için El Fatiha. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. İnnallâhe ve melâiketehu yusallûne alen-nebi. Ya eyyühellezîne amenû sallu aleyhi ve sellimû teslîmâ. Allahümme salli ala seyyidina Muhammedin ve ala ali seyyidina Muhammed. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü en la ilahe illallah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Eşhedü enne Muhammeden Resulullah. Hayya ale's-salah. Hayya ale's-salah. Hayya alel-felah. Hayya alel-felah. Allahu Ekber, Allahu Ekber. La ilahe illallah.
Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillah. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. Ve salatu ve selamu ala Resulina Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Nahmadullah Teala ve nasafir şahadu en la ilahe illallah vahdehu la şerike leh. Eşhedü enne seyyidina Muhammeden abduhu ve habibuhu ve resuluhu. Sallallahu aleyhi ve ala alihi ve ezvacihi ve sebtabi khulafai raşidin mahdin min ba'di. Zamati ala tahkik, huzamih alamati khulafai rasul ala tahkik. Umar el-Mu'minin, Hazreti Ebu Bakr, Umar, Osman ve Ali, ve ala bakat sahabe tabi'in, ridvanullah ta'ala aleyhim ecmain. Ya eyyuhal mu'minul hazirun, ittakullah ta'ala, ve te'inna Allah'ın vellezine kavallezine hum muhsinun. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin, ve salatu ve selamu ala eşrafil enbiya ve mursalin, seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin ve ala alihi ve sahbihi ecmain. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All praises are due to Allah, who has revealed upon his servant the book, and has not placed therein any crookedness. But he has made it straight to give warning of stern punishment from him, and to bring to the believers who do good works the news that theirs will be a fair reward in which they will remain forever. Sadaqallah al-Azim. May all peace and blessings be upon the Holy Prophet ﷺ, who said, if someone sends blessings on me once, Allah sends blessings on him 100 times. And if someone sends blessings on me 100 times, Allah sends blessings on him 1,000 times. And whoever sends blessings on me 100 times, Allah will forbid his body to the fire, strengthen him with a firm word in the life of this world, and in the next in his questioning, and he will let him enter paradise. His salawats on me will come to him as a light on the day of judgment on the Sirat, and will be visible from a distance of 500 years. Allah will give him a castle in paradise for every salawat the person sent to me, whether it is a little or a lot. And the Prophet speaks the truth. May peace and blessings be upon our Holy Prophet ﷺ, and upon his noble family, and upon his blessed companions, especially upon the four Khulafai Rashidin, Hazreti Abu Bakr Siddiq, Hazreti Umar Farooq, Hazreti Osman al-Ghani, and Hazreti Ali al-Murtaza, and all those who follow them until the last day. Ya ayyuhal mu'minun, O believers, today is the last Jummah of the month of Shawwal. Inshallah, this month will be written as a blessing for us, and inshallah, we will be counted from those who will be prepared for the sacrifice of Eid al-Adha. O believers, this religion of Islam came from Allah Jalla wa Ala. He revealed it. He perfected it. He chose it for us. And this religion was established on the face of the earth by our Master Sayyidina Muhammad alayhi wasalam. This religion was established and preserved and maintained with a protocol. The Holy Prophet alayhi wasalam said to his Sahabe Kiram, you, the Sahabis, are listening and receiving from me, and people will listen and receive from you. Then people will listen and receive from those who listened and received from you. Then people will listen and receive from those who were the audience and listeners of the successors who had listened and received from you. For 1300 years, Islam was passed straight and without any crookedness from generation to generation in this method. And the institution that guaranteed, and it showed this chain, that it showed this chain was alive, was only through the khilafah. Because the khilafah, the Khalifa, was the open symbol of the transfer of authority from Allah to the Holy Prophet, from generation to generation to the entire ummah. This is completely clear in the hadith of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, which is narrated in Bukhari and Muslim, in which he said ﷺ, whoever obeys me has obeyed Allah. Whoever disobeys me has disobeyed Allah. Whoever obeys the rightly guided leader has obeyed me. And whoever disobeys the rightly guided leader has disobeyed me. Muslims understood for 1,300 years that obedience to Khalifa, it was obedience to Allah and to His Prophet. That is why the Muslims used to say, if the people do not obey the Khalifa, Allah will not accept their deeds. This is what the Prophet is saying. They are repeating it. If the people do not obey the Khalifa, Allah will not accept their deeds. He who does not hold fast to Allah's representative will not benefit from the 5 daily prayers. The political and the religious authority of Islam was connected to the Holy Prophet ﷺ through an unbroken, straight, pure chain for 1,300 years. From Khalifa to Khalifa, the world continued to know that Islam was continuing in its pure form because the representative of the Holy Prophet ﷺ was occupying the office of the Khilafat. The scholars, the Ummah, the scholars of the Ummah, the ulama, they also existed within that chain of transmission. They passed ilm, that was the inheritance of the Holy Prophet, down from generation to generation. They protected that ilm. They defended that ilm with care and with precision. And their interest was working, their intention was working to support the enjoining of good and forbidding of evil in the world. And they were not afraid to stand up to the rulers, even the Khalifas, in enjoining the good and forbidding the evil, and ensuring that the Shariat of Allah and His Prophet, it reigns supreme on the earth. Their role was to support the Khalifa in his continuation of the mission of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. This isnad, this pure chain, broke 100 years ago. When the Khilafat was veiled, when the people rose against the Khalifa, when they removed him, when the shade of Allah's representative was removed from the world, then the unbroken connection of the Ummah to the Prophet, it was cut. And whatever the Ummah has done since then, through prayers, through zikr, through their du'as, it has not been answered. Today's Muslims are completely cut off from their history, and they do not understand what came before them. It is this lack of any understanding of history that made the Ummah to become deaf, dumb, and blind, worse than animals. Look and read how the people reacted to the fall of the Khilafat. The ummah thought that the end of the world had come when the khilafat was removed. The people looked up at the skies thinking that it was going to rip apart and that the punishment was going to rain down. The end of the khilafat was so terrible for them that they believed that Qiyamah had come. Why is this? Because they had belief. They had faith. And because their faith was connected to the chain that was unbroken for 1400 years, and now they understood that that chain now is broken. The chain connecting the ummah to the Holy Prophet and to Allah was removed. And now the ship of the ummah, it is taken away. It is floating. And it is sinking. And the people saw that the fate before them was nothing but drowning inside. Drowning inside this flood of fitna. It's not the chain that connected us to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. It was clean and it was pure. Whatever comes in its place, whatever came recently to take its place is a new chain. Muslims today are trying to build this new chain without looking where it first started. They're looking to have a new chain to everything in their life. In terms of government, they say khilafat is unnecessary. Some even say it is not in Islam. Mazhabs, they say it's unnecessary. Some even say it's not connected to Islam. Tasawwuf is finished. What is left is only the form. In every way that the Islamic lifestyle can be practiced, it is completely cut off from 1400 years of history. Now everything that we are doing as Muslims in our lives, it is a new chain. It is a broken chain. It is a fake chain. Muslims are trying to build this new chain. But they don't want to look where it first starts. The first ones who are trying to build this new fake illusion and delusion chain, they are the so-called alims and the ulamas of the 21st century. Of course, there are some, a handful, who are sincere, who are knowledgeable, and who have the power to stop the fitna from happening. But they are standing like one person, facing a big tsunami of fitna coming from the wrong ones. We must understand first where we were before this. Who were the alims and the ulamas who came before? What did it mean to be an alim? The ulama were, first and foremost, they were the friends of Allah. They were those who practiced what they had learned. They were those who understood that they were carrying the heavy responsibility of preserving, defending, and passing down the knowledge and the legacy of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They did not use the religion for personal gain. They did not worship their own knowledge. Their study of fiqh, of aqidah, of sirah, of everything that is connected to ilm and to the religion, it was for the purpose of uplifting the ummah to become better servants to Allah and His Prophet. The true scholars are honored by Allah and His Prophet. The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, whoever travels the path of knowledge, Allah will make him travel one of the paths of Jannat. The angels spread their wings out of pleasure for the seeker of knowledge. Everyone in the heavens and on the earth, even the fish in the seas, seek forgiveness for an alim. The virtue of an alim over a worshipper is like the beauty and the perfection of the full moon over that of the rest of the stars. The ulamas, the alims, are the inheritors of the prophets, and the prophets do not leave dinars and dirhams as inheritance, they leave knowledge behind. Thus, whosoever acquires it, whoever gets it, he gets a huge share. The ulama were those who spoke the truth, and they did not care what the consequences are, even if it made them to become the enemies of the authorities. Look at the four mazhab imams. Imam Abu Hanifa, Imam Shafi, Imam Malik, Imam Ahmad. May Allah be pleased with all of them. Imam Abu Hanifa refused to become the state mufti because he refused to be the one who is going to permit the ruler to do anything that he wants. And in exchange, he was sent to prison and he was whipped and he was tortured. This is Imam al-Azam, one of the greatest men to walk the face of the earth. This is Imam al-Azam. When he was offered a position to become the greatest mufti, he turned it down. This is the Imam al-Azam that the people said, we have sat in the company of Abu Hanifa, and by Allah, and we heard from his sohbat, when I would look at him, I recognized in his face that he feared Allah. The face showing what his faith is, that he fears Allah. Look at the face of the alims and the ulamas today. You will understand a little bit more. Imam Shafi'i was imprisoned by the governor of Yemen. Imam Malik was paraded on a camel and whipped until his shoulders were all cut. Imam Ahmad was tortured and put into a dungeon for refusing to accept the bid'ah of the false scholars of his time. You must understand, they became great. Not just because they learn and they memorize and they teach. They became great because they sacrificed everything, their lives, their position, for that knowledge, for their Allah. Those were the ulama who came before. And the greatest ulama came in the time of the Holy Ottoman Empire. Before the rule of the Ottomans, there were those who said that there is only outward, zahir knowledge, and that there was no such thing as the inner, batini knowledge. And so, in the time of the Umayyads and the Abbasids, we see that there were so many who said that the knowledge of tasawwuf, it was a false knowledge. And that there were so many awliya who were killed. There were so many Ahlul Bayt who were killed for teaching tasawwuf. But in the time of the Ottomans, the zahir and the batin knowledge, it was not only bridged and it became one. It became a state policy of the empire for hundreds of years. The Ottoman Empire ruled as an empire of tasawwuf. This was the most radical thing that the Ottomans ever did. But it was radical because it was taken from the pure sunnah of the Holy Prophet ﷺ, and they were not afraid. Because for the first time since the Holy Prophet, the inner and outer teachings of Islam, they were joined together. And for the first time again, the Sultanate was focused only on spreading the mission of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. The awliya and the Ahlul Bayt were in open support of the Ottoman Sultan, and in turn, the Ottoman Sultan was in open support of the awliya and the Ahlul Bayt. The Ottoman khilafah protected the true inheritance of the Holy Prophet. And this was preserved through the Ottoman ulama who were protecting the ummah. Understand this, that the Ottomans ruled until the early 1900s. The Ottoman scholars were dealing with every question that today's scholars are still dealing with. How do we deal with technology? How do we deal with the West? How do we exist in this modern society? The Ottoman ulama considered these questions and gave fatwas on these questions, and they saved the ummah from fitna that were coming to the ummah from the 1700s onwards. Without those Ottoman ulama to keep the fitna of the enemies of Islam away, the ummah would not have survived the attack of the enemies. The ummah would have lost its faith. These kinds of scholars existed. These kind of scholars ruled until 100 years ago. They were joined to the Khalifa, and they were joined to that pure chain of transmission that was coming down from the Holy Prophet ﷺ for 1400 years. Is there anyone who cares to know what happened to them? Muslims today are not interested. They don't ask because they are drunk with ghaflat and forgetfulness. But we should ask, what happened to these scholars? Why is there such a difference of those scholars and today's scholars? What happened to them? The answer is very clear. They were removed. The real ulama, they were killed, they were tortured, and they were slaughtered. In Turkey, the enemy of the Ummah from Salonika rounded up all those Ottoman ulama and had them hanged from the streets until there was no more nooses left in Turkey. In India, those zalim colonialists, they massacred the ulama who were preserving the hadiths and traditions of the Holy Prophet and left their bodies on the streets. Everywhere that you see, from Eastern Europe, Southern Russia, Northern Africa, Western China, all the way to Southeast Asia, the system that was left in place for 1300 years, and the alims who had collected all that knowledge, they were all removed. And most of them, they were massacred and they were killed. New generation came up that is supported by the new rulers, the tyrants who took over from the Khalifa, and they are the ones that are still ruling until today, but they are the worst ones under Allah's dome. Who said this? The Holy Prophet ﷺ said, soon there will be a time when nothing of Islam will remain but its name, and nothing will remain of the Quran but its writing. The masjids will be beautifully decorated but completely empty of guidance. Their ulama will be the worst of people under the dome of the sky. Fitna will come from them. Confusion will come from them. Not faith, not certainty. Confusion will come from the alims, and confusion will return to them. And he, alayhi salatu wasalam, described their character, saying, in the end of times, men will come forth who will openly, cheatingly use the religion for worldly ends. They will wear sheepskins, meaning humble clothes. They will show their humility to people in public to display their weakness. Their tongues will be sweeter than sugar, but their hearts will be the hearts of wolves. Hazrat Hudayfa ibn al-Yaman, who was given the list of the munafiqs by the Holy Prophet ﷺ, warned the ummah about our Akhir Zaman scholars. He said, how will you be in Akhir Zaman when you open up your religion? Like a woman who is going to show her shame. This is our time. And this is a description of our age. The so-called ulama of today, they have already been described to us by the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And he has called them the worst people under the dome of the sky. Why are they the worst? In Islam, the pretender, the munafiq, falls under a category lower than the unbelievers. Because they are pretending to be connected to the chain of the Holy Prophet. Because they are pretending to be part of the great tree of Islam, when in fact they are a rotten branch that have been put there. And that branch is coming from unbelief and hypocrisy. These ulamas, they may have ijazats from universities, east and west, and they may throw it at your face, but they have no faith, and they have no pride, and they have no connection to that history and the sanad of Islam that extended for 1300 years. These are the ones that they were supported. These are the ones that they came up because the enemies of Islam had taken the real ones and they ruled our lands for hundreds of years. The ulamas of today, the majority, their chain does not go back to the Holy Prophet ﷺ. The scholars of today, their chain goes back to the small dajjals of this century. meaning that the ijazat, their permission, when you look, comes from the rulers that were put there when the khilafat was removed. Their families are not families that stretches back 500 years, 800 years, 1,000 years, just turn of the century when the colonialists took over our lands. And those are the ones who spread the fitna into the ummah. The scholars of today, they trace their lineage to those who say, we will cut off the head of Islam using the sword of religion. The scholars of religion trace their lineage, majority, to those such as Jamaluddin Afghani, Muhammad Abduh, Sayyid Qutb and Maududi, and those who use the language and the dress of Islam to confuse and to misguide the Muslims and to destroy Islam. All these wrong scholars, evil ones. They have one thing in common. They all say, we do not need to return to our past. We don't need to run back to the Khilafat and the Sultanate. They say the fall of Khilafat and Sultanate, it is a big chance, a great chance for us to bring about something new. And whoever brings a new Islam, that person is bringing a bid'at. And whoever brings a bid'at into Islam is cursed. That is why these ones are the most evil ones. Anything that grows from the tree of unbelief is a poison to the ummah. And we see that everything that has come from these false scholars, it has been poisonous to the Muslims. Those who spread extremism, violence, terrorism, through the tricks of Wahhabism, that first they put terrorism into the hearts and the minds and the bodies and the places of worship to the Muslims first. Later, they start attacking the non-Muslims. Those who spread them are today admitting that that has nothing to do with Islam. They are today admitting that their religion was invented by the British as a tool to bring down the Ottomans. They are admitting that their religion was spread east and west into Malaysia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, India, and Africa as a Cold War policy to give the West an advantage over Russia. And this evil has corrupted and rotted the ummah so much that the Muslims of today, they have no love for the Holy Prophet. They have no love for the Sahabis, no love to the awliya, no love, no respect. Instead, they are filled with hatred. Instead, they're filled with anger and arrogance, and they only want to destroy. This movement, it dominated, and it changed Islam from the 1930s until the 1990s, making generations of Muslims curse their own grandfathers as kafirs and destroying the spirit of Islam from the inside. And now, in the last 20 to 30 years, we have seen so many come forward with so-called solutions to the problems of terrorism and extremism. But when we scratch it a little bit, we see that these are no solutions because they don't understand what the problem was. They don't want to say what the problem was. And instead of solution, new diseases are coming. Those who say that they're traditional scholars who claim that they have come to return us to spirituality, to reconnect us to a sanad, to bring the original spirit of Islam, they are hiding the agenda of Dajjal while wearing the clothes of Sunnah. These are those who dress and speak just like the scholars of the past. If you look at their pictures with their turbans and their jubbas and their beards, you will think that you're looking at a picture from 100 years ago, 500 years ago, 1,000 years ago, if they had pictures. They will make you to swallow the honey of ashq and muhabbat until your stomach feels sick. But with the world on fire all around us, they say that the world is perfect, that everything is perfect. They say that we're on a new dawn of Islam. They say that the world is fresh and green and beautiful, and with their turbans on their heads, they sit and they dare to curse to the Ottoman sultans, calling them thieves and murderers. They curse Sultan Mehmed Fatih Khan, the one who was praised by the Holy Prophet ﷺ. They claim to speak about Mahdi ﷺ and Dajjal, but they praise the tyrants of the world as the bringers of justice. They show black as white and white as black because those are the ones that the Prophet had warned us about. Then there are those who wear the clothing of professors, Western professors and philosophers, but teach us about the greatness of the Islamic intellectual tradition. They tell us about Imam al-Ghazali and Imam Bayhaqi and Imam Suyuti and Imam al-Razi. May Allah be pleased with all of them. And they show us how deep the scholarship of Islam was. They show us the way that those scholars of the past, how they thought. They show how great geniuses they were. But they don't tell us what the real objective of the real ulama was: to preserve the khilafat and to preserve the teachings of the Holy Prophet ﷺ. And these professor scholars, they tell us, come, we can teach you the religion of Islam inside a Western university. And so they teach a version of Islam that has no manners, that has no sunnat, that has no spirit, which looks at the heritage of Islam but as a museum piece, without any practical application for today and without any real love of what they did. And in the name of academic honesty, they are trying to destroy Islam from the inside. They are saying, well, we know Sahih Bukhari is not an authentic book. They are saying this. We know Sahih Muslim is not a real book. They are saying all these hadiths and riwayats you hear about the shan and greatness of the Holy Prophet is all fake. Some going on that shaitan box, that social media, promoting themselves, saying openly, Prophet didn't go on Mi'raj. With his body, it was all a vision. It was all a dream. He didn't split the moon. Trees didn't uproot themselves to make sajda to him. He wasn't special. Don't say these things. It's embarrassing because non-Muslims are not going to believe. Because non-Muslims, they are not going to get pulled by these stories, by these realities of the Prophet. Their aim was just to please the unbelievers. He was just a man like us. He wasn't special, they are saying. This is the solution that the academic scholars of the Ummah, they are providing. Cutting you off from understanding and loving the one whom Allah says, if it were not for you, I would not have created the universes. Or they are saying, well, now that the Khilafat has fallen, we can talk honestly. There was no Khilafat in Islam. Even sheikhs are saying it. There is no sultanate in Islam. There is no need for a Khalifa. There is no tariqat in Islam. There is no haq and there is no batil. Everyone should just worship privately in their own houses. Don't show yourself as a Muslim. Everything is between you and Allah. Allah loves everybody. Allah loves whatever you do. This is the fitna that has caused millions of Muslims to find their way to Jahannam. Then there are those who say we are not only scholars, but we are also awliya. They come with claimed khilafat from the greatest saints, but they also tell us there is no need for you to change. We will pray for you. Give us some money, and we will pray for you dunya, and you enter to Jannat so easy. The awliya will pray for you, will fast for you, will pay zakat for you, and will intercede for you. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to speak. You don't need to oppose batil, and they are in the payroll of governments and kings, sitting in palaces and 7-star hotels where the ummah burns and suffers. They are hugging the same dictators whose hands are dripping with the blood of the innocent Muslims who have been killed for saying the shahadat. They are the slaves of the zalims, not the friends of Allah. These are the solutions that are being offered to us today. And these so-called solutions are bringing the Muslims deeper into that hole. That is why Imam Shafi'i said, the one who accepts the knowledge from somebody without the chain of authority is like a person carrying a bundle of wood with a snake in it, and he does not know why. It may bite him anytime. We are being bitten non-stop for over 100 years. And the entire ummah is suffering because of that. O Muslims, O believers, the Holy Prophet ﷺ said to Hazrat Ibn Umar, Ya Ibn Umar, your deen is your faith. Your deen, your lifestyle, your religion is your faith. Indeed it is, but your flesh and blood. He's saying, yes, your deen, it is like your flesh and your blood. It is like your life. Therefore, you should be very careful about whom you are receiving it from. Receive it from the pious and the steadfast, and do not take it from those who are going astray. We must take our religion from those who believe without any doubt, without any agenda, without any dirtiness. Those who believe in the Holy Prophet ﷺ. We must take our religion from those who are ready to live and to die for the Holy Prophet. Remember that the Holy Prophet ﷺ did not come as a professor. He did not come with a pen and paper to teach in a classroom. But he came to change the whole world. And those who followed them, those who followed him, and those who followed him, their intention was to change the whole world. The Holy Prophet came to bring down kufr and tyranny and to bring up haqq and justice. Anyone who does not make a clear distinction between haqq and batil, they don't follow them. Anyone who presents any doubts about our Prophet or his Sahabis, they do not follow them. Holy Prophet ﷺ and his Sahabis, they're beyond doubt. Anyone who presents any doubt about them or about the khilafah and the sultanate, do not follow them. Follow the way of the Holy Prophet ﷺ and those who are on the way of the Holy Prophet. Then we'll get the safety that the Holy Prophet told us about when he said, he who upholds my sunnah at the time of fitna will be granted reward of 100 martyrs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is asking us on the Holy Quran, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. So where then? Where then are you going? Everyone is looking. What is the solution? How can we bring back the glory of Islam? The answer is today, the solution as we think of it, it doesn't exist. There is no Islam without khilafat. There is no sunnat without khilafat. There is no solution without khilafat. This world cannot be fixed now without divine intervention. The Ottomans must return for these solutions to come. The Khalifa must return and sit on his seat and occupy his maqam for the solutions to come. The support from the heavens must come for the solution to come. This is the reality of Akhir Zaman. And the winners of Akhir Zaman are those who realize this. And they're preparing for that divine help to come. Our Shaykh was living and he was dying for that. We are coming to his urs. Everything that we have said, our Shaykh, Sahib al-Saif, Shaykh Abdul Karim al-Kabrisi Rabbani, he was holding it and he was living it and he was teaching it all his life. He lived for the Holy Prophet's way and he died for that way. He is, as Shaykh Maulana described him, saying, he was a young Muslim from a village with no one, which no one heard of or knew its name. He knew as much as he had learned, but his heart was full of faith, and he was a believer. A son of ours, dressed with the attribute of a lion. One who rejected and did not accept whatever is done against to Islam. May Allah grant him reward. May he reach the holy presence of the Prophet ﷺ. Shaykh Effendi, he passed away in the holy month of Sha'ban. And Shaykh Maulana is saying, this is the holy month of the Prophet ﷺ, Sha'ban al-Mu'azzam. He passed away in this holy month and reached to Akhirat. They welcomed him there. because in dunya he stood out against the world of unbelief, kufr. Then he was sent to the United States. There also he showed and revealed Islam and declared Islam. And Allah knows their numbers. He became a means, a wasila for a lot of people who did not know the way to enter to Islam. And he did service, aiming to keep the orders of Islam and to make them be kept by others as well. May Allah grant him mercy. It is not an easy thing. Listen to what Sultan al-Awliya is saying. It is not an easy thing to become a neighbor to the Prophet. But we wish for him to be a neighbor to the Prophet ﷺ. He was a brother of mine, a son of mine who had great love, great effort and strength and courage. I'm giving him my blessings, and may he reach the mercy and intercession of the great Prophet ﷺ. O believers, this is the time to run to safety, to run to that ship. This is the time to understand the crimes that we have all committed and to beg Allah for His mercy. Ya Rabbi, be witness that we are opposed to batil and kufr. Ya Rabbi, be witness that we want to stand for haqq. Ya Rabbi, be witness that we want to be with your Prophet and with your friends. Forgive us for our weakness. Keep us in safety. Amen. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Astaghfirullah. Lazim alazi. La ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum wa atubu ilayh. لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد من شيء قدير لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك والحمد من شيء قدير لا إله إلا لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة سبحان قدوس ربنا رب الملائكة إن أتنا إن الله الإسلام قام الصلاة
الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة حي على الصلاة حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح قد قامت الصلاة قد قامت الصلاة الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله Seyyidina Mevlana Muhammedin selavat. Estağfurullah, subhanallah ve elhamdülillahi ve la ilahe illallah vallahu ekber ve la havle ve la kuvvete illa billahil azim. Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Ve ilâkul emvâdun la ilahe illa ve rahmanirrahim. Allahu la ilahe illa ve la kayyum. Zülcelal ve Kemal Sübhaneke Azim. Subhanallah.
Subhanallah.
Ala nimetil İslam ve şerefli iman damin elhamdülillah.
Şükür elhamdülillah.
Fâlâ şen ve la ilahe ve illallahu ekber.
Allahu Ekber.
Allahu ekber kebira ve elhamdülillahi kesira ve esmanübreten masila la ilahe illallah vallahu vâtehu la şerike la lehül mülk ve lehül hamdu ve huve alâ külli şeyin kadir. Subhane rabbiyel alîlâ'l vehhâb.
La ilahe illallah. Bismillah. Elhamdülillahi Rabbil alemin. El-Fatiha.
Euzubillahimineşşeytanirracim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Amener Resulü ma unzile ileyhi min Rabbi vel mu'minun. Kulun amene billahi ve melaiketihi ve kütübihi ve rusulihi. La nüferru beyne ahadin min rusulü ve galu semina ve atan ufranike Rabbena ve ileykel masir. La yükellifullahu nefsen illa vus'aha leha ma kesebet ve aleyha ma iktesebet. ربنا لا تؤاخذنا إن نسينا أو أخطأنا ربنا ولا تحمل علينا إصرا كما حملته على الذين من قبلنا ربنا ولا تحملنا ما لا طاقة لنا به واعف عنا واغفر لنا وارحمنا أنت مولانا فانصرنا على القوم الكافرين آمنا بالله صدق الله العظيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل هو الله أحد الله الصمد لم يلد ولم يولد ولم يكن له كفوا أحد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الفلق من شر ما خلق ومن شر غاسق إذا وقب ومن شر النفاثات في العقد ومن شر حاسد إذا حسد الله أكبر بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل أعوذ برب الناس ملك الناس إله الناس من شر الوسواس الخناس الذي يوسوس في صدور الناس من الجنة والناس الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله لا إله إلا الله سيدنا مولانا محمد رسول الله صلى الله تعالى عليه وآله وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد وسلم اللهم صل على محمد العالمين سيدنا محمد صلوات على أفضل العالمين سيدنا محمد صلوات على أكمل العالمين سيدنا محمد صلوات صلوات الله تعالى وملائكته وأنبيائه ورسوله وجميع كلام محمد وعلى محمد عليه السلام ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته رضي الله تبارك وتعالى سادنا أصحاب رسول الله أجمعين وأن تابعين بإحسان مجتهدنا المهتم والعلم المتكمل الأنبياء الصالحين وإلى مشايخنا بتركتنا أكشمنية العليا ودرس الله تعالى أرمام زكي من أمر الله تعالى تبارك ورى الله تعالى بركاتهم في ذاتهم دائما الحمد لله رب العالمين.
الفاتحة. فاتحة.
اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. اللهم صل على سيدنا محمد النبي الأمي وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد. الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله والله أكبر. الله أكبر ولله الحمد.
لا شك أن المصطفى صلى الله عليه وسلم. الفاتحة.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Biz Osmanlıyız.
Tek şanlıyız.
Tek şanlıyız.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
Tekbir.
Allahu Ekber.
ولله الحمد. السلام عليكم. Never forget, we are not the only ones living in this world. Never forget, whatever we're doing, they are watching us. That is the first step to understanding taqwa. They're watching us. We should watch ourselves. We should watch ourselves. Don't just talk, do, laugh, cry. Watch yourself doing that. I'm watching myself. Watch yourself and watch others watching you. Watch the good ones watching you and watch the bad ones watching you. That time you will have better understanding of yourself. If you don't do that, you're not going to have a real picture of what you are. If you don't know the real picture of what you are, how are we going to destroy our false self and to bring the real self in? We are coming closer to the days of Qurban. Every year we should say, my ego got knocked down again. Once again, I'm presenting my ego to be sacrificed. Once again, I'm presenting not only my ego, but everything good that we have done for the sake of Allah, as He likes. May Allah forgive me, inshallah, and bless you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Jummah Mubarak. Sit, be comfortable. Be comfortable. Alaikum salam. How are you? Astaghfirullah. Lord. We are warned by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, don't worship shaitan. That understanding of worship is different also. That is us worshipping shaitan, but shaitan himself declaring he is. It's different. What the ego does, what the ego can do, shaitan is not doing. Shaitan is, close that door there. Shaitan is not doing. Things that is happening in this world, is shaitan doing it or no? Shaitan is doing this or no? Let's say, talk about shaitan. Is shaitan doing anything in this world? No, he is not. Who is doing it? Man is doing it. Man, not animal, not fish, not tree. Man is doing it. The man can become shaitan. As we are asking for what? Protection against that, no? So, the whisperings of shaitan, that one, and the whisperings of those, and the actions of those ones, who are man physically, but inside they are shaitan. And it is very easy now to put a barricade between you and shaitan. It is easy. If you say, Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim, you put a barricade. You do. You put a barricade. But what's the use of putting a barricade there, but the shaitan has already entered inside, has already come inside and whispered, and everyone inside, it has become traitors. What's the use of putting a barricade there? This is the point that Tariqat is trying to make. You can put so many barricades there, but if you don't understand that shaitan is already inside, the ones inside, they don't look like shaitan. You understand? They don't say they're shaitan, but they've already turned to become like that. What's the good? What's the use there of putting those barricades? First, get rid of that shaitan that is outside. What is that? That is not shaitan, that is our ego. And the ego has the power and the capability to disobey Allah and His Prophet, to do so much damage to this world that shaitan will be amazed. Shaykh Effendi said so many times, shaitan is just amazed. You understand? Shaitan is not doing it. He's just whispering. He's not doing it. Which is why now in the Day of Judgment, we cannot blame shaitan. And Allah had sent us so many protections outside and inside. So, to run away, shaitan has an owner. Who is that owner? Who? Allah is that owner. That's why we say, Auzu billahi minash shaitanir rajim. Shaitan is the dog. You understand? That dog has an owner. Dog barking at you, you're going to bark back at the dog? No. You go to the owner and you say, please. Shaitan has an owner. Who is supposed to be the master of the ego? Allah? No. Us. We're supposed to be the master now of the ego. And not using the word owner that way, but master. And if you understand the ego, then you understand, oh, this is how the ego is attracted to shaitan. Shaitan is giving the direction. That way you can clean yourself from the inside. You clean yourself from the outside, but inside is still dirty. What is the use of that anyway? Understand? So, can the angels defeat the shaitan? Yes. Easy. Right? Angels can easily defeat the shaitan. Not even angels can defeat the ego. not even angels, they can defeat the ego. When those angels, they are daring Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they're saying, why is mankind created to be khalifatullah? Why they are making so much corruption? If we are sent to this world, we're going to be better than them, they're saying. And when they're daring to say that, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala say, then I will send you to the world in the form of a man, and I will give you what the man has, the ego. Those angels, they had angelic powers, you know. Although they're in the form of a man, they still had angelic powers. Were they able to defeat their ego? No, they didn't. They got fooled by one woman. Got fooled by liquor. And with the liquor, then they did every wrong thing that they would never do. They could not defeat their ego that Allah has sent now to them. And Allah meaning to show to the angels and to us also, now do you understand what I've given to my Khalifa, how difficult it is. And with that difficulty, I've given him also great strength and power. That strength and the power, not even you have. It's a big deal, no? It's a very big deal. It's the biggest thing. Nothing in the world that you are going to look for, you can defeat even the angels, you cannot. Knowledge, you cannot. You know. Knowledge of religion, knowledge of Islam, knowledge of the books. Shaitan has more knowledge of that than you or me. Spend our whole lives looking, we are not going to. Shaitan doesn't know just one book. We know maybe a couple of ayats. He knows the whole Quran. He knows the whole Injil, the Zabur, and he knows the what? Tawrat, and he knows the 100 pages, the suhuf, that's given to different prophets too, because he was there, he was witnessing. He had knowledge of this world, he had knowledge of the paradises, he has knowledge of those other worlds too. We cannot come forward with that. We cannot defeat them. Shaitan, Azazil. But he could not control. He could not control himself. He could not control his ego. And with one word, he disobeyed Allah. But just one word. Allah says do, he didn't. It's one time. And that made him to become completely shaitan through disobedience. Why mankind, when we disobey Allah once, for example, we don't become shaitan? Why is that? So many people, don't look at so many people, us, we disobey Allah every single day, hundreds of times, thousands of times maybe. Definitely. We disobey Allah. But we don't become shaitan. Why is that? There's another secret, no? When you are going to become complete shaitan, more shaitan than that, when you become what? When you disobey Allah and then you become what? Angry. Correct or no? Was shaitan angry? He was very angry. It burnt everything. It burnt everything. And with the anger, everything else is going to open up too. Arrogance is going to come. Jealousy is going to come. Stubbornness is going to come. That's why the person came to the Prophet ﷺ and says, Ya Rasulullah ﷺ, teach me your religion, teach me Islam. Prophet said to him what? Don't get angry. And Shaykh Effendi opened up that hadith more to say that person now is asking the Prophet, because Prophet is also the Sultan of the Ilmul Din, Sultan of the hidden knowledge, and he wants to know those hidden knowledge. You understand? And just like the man who wants to follow Isa alayhi salam, because Isa alayhi salam was bringing tasawwuf, And Isa alayhi salam says, you want all this? You want to follow me? For you, you have to sell everything you have and give it to the poor. He says, never I'll do that. Does you love me? Yes. You want to follow me? Yes. Then all their possessions, sell it and give it to the poor and then come to me. No, no thank you. And there are people, murids, that are like that. You love me? Yes. Then put your ego aside. No thank you. Put your anger aside. No thank you. Put your stubbornness aside. No thank you. So the man came to the Prophet ﷺ and said, teach me Islam. And he says, don't be angry. He came to the left side and says, teach me Islam. Don't be angry. He came in front of the Prophet and says, teach me Islam. Because he thinks Prophet ﷺ is joking with him. He says, do not get angry. There is a key. Then look, why are you getting angry? You find excuse for yourself, your excuse is never ending. Nobody ever goes to the doctor and says, I'm sick. Doctor says, okay, this is your medicine. Well, the reason I'm sick is because I did this and I did this and I did this. And doctor is interested or no? No. It's take this medicine. Well, I can't really because I'm doing this, I'm doing this. No. What do? We know. Just take the medicine. What is stopping us from taking the medicine now? So, should understand that a little bit more. There's kind of knowledge, as it was for some time, as it was in the past also. This thing, well, what is this? We want to memorize Quran. We want to memorize hadith. We must learn kalam. We must learn fiqh. We must learn akidah, everything. This is knowledge. This one is just talking. It's nothing. When are we going to get started? You understand? Whatever you study, even munafiqs and kafirs, they can do that. This one, you cannot. You cannot. This is not putting it outside. This is cleaning up from the inside. And the one who claims, I'm already clean, I don't need this. What we need is this fiqh and the akidah. Then that time, you are worse than what the Prophet says. Hidden shirk. This is hidden shirk that we are trying to get rid of. Because if you don't get rid of your ego, you're worshipping to your ego. You don't get rid of your stubbornness and your anger, you're worshipping to it. Every day you offer sacrifices to it. You offer qurbans to it. One day is qurban of a friendship. Next day, qurban of a person. Next day, there's a good intention, good everything, and you just destroy. For the sake of what? For anger, no? So we're trying to get rid of that first. If you don't get rid of that, everything you put inside is going to be corrupt too. It's difficult. Yes, it's difficult. But anything difficult, if you keep doing it, it'll get easier to carry. If you don't do it, then it's not going to change. If you don't do it, even 40 years still is going to be difficult. But what we said yesterday, if you take a knife, the back side of the knife, and you just put it to the stone, every day you put it, one day it's going to become sharp. It's not meant to cut, but because you're doing it. If you don't do it, never is going to become sharp. If you don't work, never is going to. You need to work on it. So this is for those who like to listen. Those who don't like to listen, then leave it there for me. I'll take it. You're free to take or not to take. Everyone is free. Everyone is going to be hung by their 2 feet like a sheep that we are going to cut pretty soon. May Allah protect us from our own nafs, inshallah. May Allah make us to wake up and give us more strength. We are your weak servants, Ya Rabbi. Surround us with your strong ones. Make us to trust and to love your strong ones. Make us to submit to them. And make us to be in safety, dunya and akhirat. Don't leave us alone, Ya Rabbi. If you leave us alone, no one is going to save us. Al-Fatiha. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Okay, anything else anyone wants to say? Say.
Sometimes Sheffy was telling us, or we heard from you about the things that Sheffy went through in his life that were very, very difficult. But we know that he's only able to still, he's a person. I'm asking how did Sheffy have the strength to go through like where does that strength come from?
You should ask Shaf Andy that, don't ask me. Where is the strength coming from? It is easy to say, oh, strength is coming from the Shaykh, you understand? It's very easy. I know how to say that also. And of course, all strength comes from him. Yes. But how that strength comes? Just by saying, oh, madad is going to come. So many people, they think it's like that. Just say madad. They go to wrong places, just say madad. And then no, it's not like that. It's not magic just like that. How the Holy Prophet ﷺ, he was strong. Can we say that it was difficult for him, 23 years? Can we say that? Of course we can. Every day was difficult. No. He was showing the human side too, that it was difficult. He wasn't like saying madad and the help just coming like that. It is showing how he used everything that is human. Then he says, Ya Rabbi, help me. And then that help comes through that. He's not doing the opposite. Yes, he's saying, tie your camel first and then trust in Allah. People, they don't tie their camel. They don't have a camel. They're not interested in getting any camels, but they trust in Allah. What are you going to gain? What are you going to gain? Prophet ﷺ, he went through so much difficulty. His Sahabis went through so much difficulty. His Ahlul Bayt go through so much difficulty. The awliya Allah, they go through so much difficulty. Where they find that strength? They find that strength through their faith. That however it is, it is the right thing to do. It is a good thing to do. And they walk and they walk, and they say we cannot take one more step, then that's the time. You will see it. The time and the space, it falls. You understand? It is not through the thing, madad, suddenly time and space falls. No. They walk and they walk and they walk. I'm talking figuratively. Yeah? They struggle and they struggle and they say, Ya Rabbi, help us. At the very last, and then the help comes and then suddenly everything is open. So if you're not going to go through that, never you're going to get the support. You're not going to. Nothing is easy. Because to go through that difficulty, then you are going to discover yourself, your own weakness. Then you're going to discover, then that time when you say Allahu Akbar, Alhamdulillah, it means something. It's not just a word. And now you say Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah. Huh? But if you haven't drink water, you didn't drink water, especially in this weather, our Ramazans, mashallah, what a mercy it is. Huh? If a weather like this and we have to fast, and that time when you drink the water, that time you say Alhamdulillah, it means something. To you, it means something to Allah. So, that strength is coming from you discovering your weakness. You discovering your weakness, you're pushing yourself, and then you say, help me, I cannot. And you discovering your own weakness, and that time, they will lift you up then. More you are discovering your weakness, more they will lift you up. More you are understanding your weakness, more they'll lift you up. That's one of the meanings. More you are making sujood, more you go down, more Allah will lift you. You understand? That's why you cannot go down, you cannot declare your weakness if you're still not understanding, you're still full with anger and stubbornness and jealousy and all this. You cannot. That's why Ramadan is so great, because you discover your weakness. And we're still doing it. Allah is great. We are not. How are you going to discover Allah as great if you are also saying, I'm great too? Yeah, Allah is great, but I have some strength too. Yeah, Allah says, I have this too. You have to come to say, I don't have this. Now I discover I don't have this. Then that time you know Allah is great. Then that is the time Allah will send you that. Understand? A little bit. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. This much is enough. Al-Fatiha. Amin. Assalamu alaikum. This much is enough. Okay. Women can go.